Okay, so I'm here with Jhonny. He's the filmmaker behind, as per the cap, Jhonny do Brazil, which is kind of I would describe as a pseudo-documentary. I'm sure I'll explain what I mean by that in a moment. Congratulations and welcome to Amsterdam.
Hello, nice to meet you.
And you. And off camera, I kind of struggled with how to describe this film because it's not quite a documentary, is it? Well, please explain what this film is about and how you describe its style. It's very difficult to pigeonhole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
So it's a good question because it's a kind of a hybrid film. It mixes fiction and documentary.
Yeah.
But it's a very experimental film because my first idea was the question I was asking myself, how my mind is doing for the creativity process for myself. How do I work to find the creativity to write books and to do this movie? So I said my character, who is a fictional character.
So Jhonny
Lebon.
Is he real or not, or is he kind of real? What is he?
When you see the film and you don't know, you can ask the question because some people who saw the film say, is existing or not? They don't know. But in fact, is a fiction character.
Yes.
Coming from my books. I wrote 3 books with this character. And in fact, he's American screenwriter from Hollywood.
Yeah.
He's black and he's gay. And so a few years ago, I said, I have some ideas to write some thriller books, but I don't want to talk about myself, to do something autobiographic. I said, life is a kind of lottery. You can be born in France, in America, in South of Africa, and you can be white, you can be Indian, you can be black. And I say, I will find a character who is the opposite of me, in fact, black, gay, American. And I said it's more funny for me to discover on the world.
But although Jhonny is fictional, what happens in the film is not fictional. These are real people, aren't they? Real situations. Although he's made up, the things that happen to him are actually happen, don't they? So what you see on because that's the documentary part, I think, isn't it?
So the idea was to have a fictional character in a real life.
Right. Okay.
And so I said, it's more interesting not to see him as an actor, but just to listen his voice. So all the film is built on the voiceover on this character. So it's a subjective point of view of what he's seeing, the people he's meeting, and the sensation he has, and the emotion. Everything is a subjective point of view.
And are you a writer first, or a filmmaker first? What is your career? What's your first career? It's a writer, I guess.
I start film school a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I start my career as an assistant director.
Right.
With very good directors like Bertrand Tavernier and very good French directors. And after 5-6 years, I went to production to produce film. So I work at the Institut National de l'Audiovisuel, with a French big institution.
Yeah.
And I was working as a producer. I was producing documentary, fiction film, experimental films. And after, I moved to film commercials as a producer.
Right.
And I work with very, very talented directors as David Lynch, Wim Wenders, and the top Francis Ford Coppola.
Nice,
and
very nice.
Very, very talented directors, and so very talented photographers who were doing film commercial like perfumes and so.
So you worked with David Lynch, did you say?
Yeah.
I bet he was obviously like to have mad, I suspect.
He's one of the best person I met He's incredible, talented, very imaginative, and he's a very strong person with an incredible artistic background.
Yeah.
And he's very easy to work because he's so talented. Everything is simple because he has ideas like this all the time.
He knows.
He's
yeah.
so creative.
Yeah.
And the last film I did with him was a big car commercial, you know, for Nissan. And we did the post-production in Los Angeles.
Right.
And we were doing the editing in his house, you know. And so it was very good because he's also a musician.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
also a sculptor, painter, and so very
Brilliant.
talented person. So
Anyway, sorry.
I work all my life as a producer. In
Yeah,
fact, most of my life as a producer. And a few years ago, I said I will stop commercials. I will do my own work. So I was starting to write books, and so I found this character, Jhonny Le Bon, and I wrote a first book in his adventure in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
The second book was in France, and the third book in Florida. And in my mind, it's the idea to each time take my character in a different country, in a country it doesn't work,
Yeah.
it doesn't know at all. So he's going to work for a screen play or to write, you know, for movies. And so each time I put my character in an environment he doesn't know, and an environment I know very well. So the idea was Bahamas, France,
Yeah.
Florida, and the first one was Brazil.
Brazil, yeah.
So I said I will go to Brazil to get information to write my fourth book, okay? But 1 month before I said maybe I should film the information I will get to write my book. So I said, okay, I buy a small camera, bought a
Like
small
GoPro or
GoPro
something.
or
Yeah, yeah.
GoPro, and I said, I will film, and like this I will have all the information to write my book. And after I said, 2 weeks before, I said, oh, maybe I should try to make a film about this.
Yeah.
And so I built the idea of voiceover and the background of this personage. And in fact, I said I wrote a rough script, and I said, okay, let's try to do a movie. It was the idea to do my first movie, in fact, as a kind of mix of what he's seeing, documentary, fiction. And so the idea was to take Jhonny Le Bon with a mission. And his mission in Brazil was to write the script of the remake of the movie Black Orphe. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
So I say, he has an objective, he has to...
So he's got to do a job.
Yeah, yes, he's going in Brazil to do a job. So he was looking for information regarding this movie of the 60s. You know, this movie was the more awarded movie in this story. He gets Palme d'Or, Oscar in Hollywood. He gets a prize everywhere in the world. And so his problem was to do a remake of a film who gets all the awards in the world. So it was a big problem. You know, it's impossible to do something better. So he's doing inquiries about Carnaval, about cinema, about Black Orphe, about everything. So he decided to meet artists, people, filmmakers, photographers, people who were involved in this movie in the 60s, but they were nearly all dead, you know, all these people. So I put my character in Rio de Janeiro during the Carnival period, and in fact, many events appear in this period, many dramas, like straight bullets, murder, and you know, it was very strange period and very difficult period for the Brazilian people.
Yeah.
But when the people are having hard time, in fact, they are very creative. They put all their energy in creativity. And what I feel, it's people were really strong on creativity, and they were opening their arm to me and the art,
Yeah.
because they were very interesting to get, in fact, a stranger having a point of view of their life, and the carnival and the artistic things, you know, their life, in fact. So they were very open, very nice, very kind, and so everything was, in fact, a lot of improvisation.
Well, how did you find him?
The people?
No, him, the main guy.
Carlos Dieguez or
The Jhonny.
Ah, Jhonny. Ah, just in my head.
No, the person that was portraying him, I mean. So you've got someone. How did you find that person that was going to be in the film, in the documentary?
No, in the documentary, you never see Jhonny Le Bon.
Oh, of course,
it's a voiceover.
Yeah. Oh,
it's a point of view.
But what I'm sorry. So what I'm saying is, this crazy idea of this person doing the voice. How did you find? Where does this person originate from? You know, this specific character, I should say.
Yeah, but it's a fictional character.
I know it's a mashup, but how did you come up to the mashup of that character? Is what I'm saying.
I built this over years in my books. In fact, it's my kind of a James Bond character, you know. So it's a fictional character.
Yeah, no, I realise it. But what I'm saying is, you've built a character.
Yes.
And this is like a. You fused all these different people together to be this particular person that you're trying to portray as a narrative voiceover for the. And is that just something that's built up over a number of years? From your book? I know it's originally from your book.
Yes,
yeah, of
yes,
course.
yes,
but
yes.
What I'm saying is, the final character voiceover,
yes.
Is that a piece of all different people from the books that you've already had, or is there one particular?
No, it's one.
One.
It's
but all spliced together from different elements is what I'm suppose I'm getting at.
No, it's just one character with his background, and so in this documentary, he's talking about his life, his adventure he had in different countries, his life when he was young and after a young screenwriter in Hollywood. So
yeah.
He's talking about his life during the documentary, during the film.
I guess what I mean is, I understand it's one person, but is this elements from all different people that you know and have met, or is it
no, it's just
something you create out of nothing.
Yeah,
so it's not what I'm saying. You can't say, well, I knew this person and he had this character trait.
No, it's no.
There's no parts.
No, it's completely. I built everything on this character. It's not. I was having a friend or no. It's different character, like a James Bond. You don't know where he's coming from, you know.
And how much footage for this one?
Yes.
Did you end up? Because you must have had hours and hours and hours of footage. How much did you have?
I had 30 hours.
And you honed that down to
1 hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, so an 80-minute film.
And I still have, for example, on interviews, I have interviews of people who are doing 2 hours interview for one person, one director, who was talking to me during 2 hours.
And then you'll just cut that down to a few minutes.
To cut. But I said, wow, it's so difficult to cut because he's telling me so interesting things, you know. And each person, I could make a documentary
of that person.
Of that person.
So now, did you edit the film yourself?
Yes. I wrote, I film, and I edit the film. And my son did the music and the sound design.
Yeah. The reason I asked that is because when I speak to filmmakers and I say to them, did you edit the film? And obviously a lot of them do. But then a lot of them say to me, but actually that was a mistake to edit myself, because you're tempted to keep in the stuff that you really want to keep in, right? Whereas an editor who is unconnected with the project maybe more brutal, but he will look at the film with a dispassionate eye. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, often they bring editors in for an independent voice. It might be the best way to describe it. So did it ever cross your mind to bring in an independent editor?
No, because in fact, I work all my life with big crew, doing the shooting, doing the editing, and so all I see in my career, it was compromission between directors, editors, cameraman.
Exactly.
And I say, I will do my first film, but I want to be free. I want the camera to be my vision, not the vision of a cameraman. I want to do the editing to get my rhythm in the movie, not the rhythm of another person. So I wanted to, in fact, be completely free, but to get my vision, my rhythm, my my sensation. And it was a too personal subject to work with somebody. But it's on this project. Another one, maybe I will use a cameraman, I will use an editor.
So that's interesting. So in actual fact, you're sort of flipping what I'm saying, whereas an editor would be dispassionate and independent, but he may take out scenes you really want to keep. But you've done it in such a way that you knew this would happen, but you wanted to make sure that you had complete control.
But I think I was more hard with me than an editor.
Really?
Because I was really tough. Say, wow, this sequence is great, but it doesn't fit in this film. I threw it.
Oh, so you were dispassionate?
Yeah. I was trying to.
Yeah, but it must be very difficult.
Yeah, it's very difficult, but I know to work with an editor, you have to do compromission, and you're talking too much, you're talking, and at the end say, okay, let's throw this film, or you have to do compromise. And when you're with you have responsible of everything. And I think it's a big responsibility.
Of course.
And on this kind of film, you need to be completely free. And also, I was working, like maybe I produced like 500 commercials. And I saw the problem to work with crew, with cameraman, the fight
they're always
between
fighting, of course,
cameraman, and so I say, I do it. If it's good, I'm okay. If it's bad, I'm responsible.
Okay.
So I cannot say it's bad because the editor, was not doing what I was wanted to do, and so no compromise. And it's why this film is strange, because it's very experimental, because I push the thing as far as possible. I said no limits. If I want to do this and do this, I do it.
And when will I assume there's going to be a sequel. We can't call it a sequel because it's not a sequel, but the next part of the story. What will happen next after this?
After this, I would like to go to Japan.
Right. And so Jhonny do Japan.
Jhonny
and obviously,
do Japan.
And there's 4. You said there's 4. Is there going to be 4?
Yes. So first one, Bahamas. Second was France, Florida, Brazil, Japan, and I would like after Cuba and.
So 6.
So
you're going to keep going.
I like James Bond, maybe 10. I don't know, but I would like also to try to adapt this film for a TV series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I would like to be not the director but the showrunner of the series.
Right. Okay. So
because I love to produce.
Yeah.
And this experience as a director was good for me, but I would be happy to have this Jhonny Le Bon adventures in a TV series direct by a pool of directors, and I would be the showrunner to have homogeneity on this. So I will. This is my objective.
The only danger I can see with that is, and forgive me for saying this, I can see how you'd want to do Japan, Britain, France, or wherever. Yeah. But you're then going to reach a point where, if it's taken as a series, people will know what you're doing, and the cat is what we call out of the bag. So do you see what I'm saying? So
yeah, but I know that, and I'm trying.
Because you've got the element of surprise at the moment, haven't you?
Yeah, but for example, in the third book,
Yeah.
he was starting as a screenwriter,
Yeah.
but he finished his mission as a director, film director. So each time I'm trying to surprise myself. And in the third book, he went to Florida
Yeah.
to be a script doctor on shooting
Yeah.
with the big star director. But the big star director went wrong and he has to escape. And he said to Jhonny Lebon, I have to go, you will finish the film and you will direct the film.
Right. Okay.
So, you know, each time I'm trying to...
It's a different narrative.
Yeah, narrative, yeah. Each
Yeah.
time I'm trying to resource myself and to find something more different.
Yeah, I know. The point that I was making was that at the moment,
Yes,
I know and you
Yeah.
know this person doesn't exist.
yes,
But when you're talking to people and you're trying to pitch an idea to them, it's as though it's real, okay?
yeah.
But if you've done 4 or 5 and people realise that actually this person, this imaginary person, doesn't exist,
Yeah.
are they eventually going to realise that if they're talking to a camera, it's about something that's never going to happen? Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, but I think
Or do you think people won't care?
maybe some actor can play Jhonny Lebon in a TV
Oh,
series.
right, okay. So there's a real...
I'm open to
okay.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think on a TV series, we should get an actor to play Jhonny Lebon.
Right, because then
Yeah.
The reality would
Yeah,
be that.
exactly,
Okay,
exactly.
that's clever. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. And yeah.
Fantastic.
I think, yeah. But it's like James Bond. You know, James Bond is having a mission in different country in the world each time, and you're interested in what's happened.
I bet you'd love to make a real James Bond film, wouldn't you? If they asked you.
Yeah, it's something else, but
Okay, fantastic.
yeah.
Listen, thanul you very much. That's wonderful.
Okay, thank you.
No, thank you very
Okay.
much.